Hi everybody. Welcome to today's post in the series, The Making of an Elegant Woman. This is a series that is truly the process of me coming from a life of chaos, drama, unfulfillment, sadness, hopelessness sometimes, to a life of blessings and synchronicities and opportunities and dreams fulfilled and feeling such a sense of pleasure and inner peace that I can't even describe to you. Even when certain things start happening in my life that you're like, oh my God, I'm going through something right now. And these things, everything I'm talking about, it's just the way through them. So let's continue on this story. Cher diary. Oh my goodness, day by day, I am feeling more and more for Guy. 2 nights ago, Sandra, Guy and I went to a movie, La Cachelle. Then Guy drove me back to my car at his house and we just couldn't say goodbye. We ended up going up to his place and spent an amazing, beautiful 2.5 hours together. The way he looks at me is just the way I always dreamed a man would look at me. He truly cares about me more than anyone has. It's a spiritual love and such a deep, deep caring. The next night, Sandra and I went over to Guy's house for dinner. What an amazing cook he is! And as he cooked, we snuck kisses and touches, and at one point he whispered in my ear, Hier soir. Oh, I'm whispering it. I guess I should say it a little louder. Hier soir était trop court. Last night was too short. I giggled. And then I felt my eyes roll back in my head, remembering it all. Tomorrow he's taking me to a man-made lake. Oh God, I don't even have words for how I feel right now. Cher diary. Today was magical. I arrived at Guy's house, and as soon as we saw each other, we hugged and kissed, and then ended up making love for 2.5 hours. We then decided to go to walk in the forest. We both adore spending time in nature, and today he suggested that he take me to his favorite forest, one where he meditates specially. Inner peace and bliss doesn't even begin to describe what I experienced as I walked through the forest with him and then meditated. He has a very strong Buddhist practice that he does, and I love balancing my chakras and just being quiet and still. The silence, the birds, the quiet, the peace. This is me. There is absolutely nothing more special in this world than being your true self and really living it. Aaron, I am so proud of you. You have followed your dreams. You gave yourself permission to come here to France, even amongst all your doubts and insecurities. I love you. After we finished meditating, we felt hungry, so we went to buy some fresh lettuce for dinner and a little treat at La Pâtisserie. We both felt so enamored by how perfect the day was that we just couldn't keep our hands off each other. And as soon as we arrived at his house, we had another 2-hour session. And have I mentioned that I actually experienced the big O? Yes. Never in my life did I think I would get to understand what that was. Not through any relationship, not through my marriage. Did I ever understand it, or could I even imagine that that would be experienced by me? Guy, what are you doing to me? Who are you? Now, we were totally hungry. So Guy cooked the spaghetti I had bought, and I made my famous sauce. Frank Sinatra was playing in the background, and as we moved around the kitchen, we hugged and kissed and cooked, just like I had always dreamed about. He wasn't acting, and I wasn't acting. This was real. This was natural. And let me tell you, when Guy set the table and lit the candles for us to eat by candlelight, I almost broke down crying. Everything I had ever wanted and asked David for was being done for me without me even asking. Thank you, God. We had great conversation, and then before dessert, Guy came over to me, took the napkin off my lap, pulled me up to dance. Oh my God, can he fulfill any more of my dreams? After dinner, we talked, listened to more music, and once again, we made love. The way he looks into my eyes and touches me is so different than anyone else. It's a spiritual healing experience, and the emotions are going wild, yet at a very calm pace. This is just so amazing. So, why do I still feel so unsure of Guy? That's where I'm going to stop today. I'm crying because of the emotion. I see the movie. I see me dancing around his kitchen with my favorite. He knew Frank Sinatra was my favorite. With Frank Sinatra playing in the background. He's cooking. He's lighting candles. And any of you know, if you followed this whole journey with me, you know why the lighting of the candles is so important. So what commentary do I have? Why am I not feeling what I should feel about Guy? Let me share something with you, again, because I know so many women are going through this right now. And even if you're not going through this exact same thing, there is a lesson in here for you. Trust me. So what is the lesson? What is the commentary? Sometimes, ladies, experiences come into your life to serve a purpose. You know, Matt came into my life to serve a purpose. He showed me what could be possible and created enough of a curiosity and an emotion within me to get me to move out of my comfort zone and to eventually leave David. There was no growth that was ever going to happen with David. There was no growth. There was no joy. There was no bliss. There was no femininity in me anymore. There was no evolution. It was just like, I felt like I was dying. So Guy served a purpose as well. Guy served a purpose of healing me. Healing me. If you followed my whole story, if you've looked at some of the other blog posts, I have suffered, I don't want to say suffered, I have experienced sexual abuse from my grandfather, who I trusted. No one would have believed that that would have happened, let alone me. So to have someone love me, care for me, stare at me, be so attentive to everything that was special about me, and show me how he brought me back to me just by loving me. And he healed my sexuality. I was not able to ever experience the big O, and I didn't think I was ever going to. And with him, I did. There was a reason. And for him, he has shared with me that I taught him one of the biggest lessons in Buddhism that he talked about, that he said he understood. But, well, I don't want to share what that lesson was because it's going to give away some of the story. But stay tuned because you'll see what the biggest lesson that I gifted Guy, and he's forever thankful. So what I want you to understand is not every experience that comes in your life is supposed to be forever. And don't attach to anything, okay? If you think, well, this is supposed to work, you know, if you're in a marriage, if you're in a job, if you're in a, you know, look, even me, folks, do you know how hard it was to have built 2 companies up and then for the divine to tell me, you're not supposed to do those anymore, you're supposed to do what I'm doing right now? I could have become so attached, and I became attached to a lot of things. What are my colleagues going to think? Are they going to think I'm wishy-washy? Are they going to think that I just jump around? What are they going to think? I could have become so attached to that. Not everything is meant to be forever. Please realize that. And when you have to let things go from your life, no, it's not easy. It's going to be scary because you don't know what's on the other side. It feels like the biggest risk in the world. To be with Guy right now felt like a huge risk because I felt so much, yet there felt like something was missing. And I couldn't explain it. How? How can there be something missing, Erin? You look at all this. Yet I made that list. And he didn't have dark hair. Okay, am I being superficial? Maybe. Why can't I have it all? Why can't I have a guy with dark hair? You know, there was a couple of other things actually that I didn't even put on that list. He couldn't give me everything I wanted. And so what I want you to know is you can get all you want. You don't have to become attached to things and think, well, this is good enough. This is pretty good. Don't do that. You're going to see my story unfold. And I want you to stay very open as you watch it. Okay? Loving feelings and wishes and hugs to you. And I'd love to hear your comments below, ladies. Are you going through any of these things? Even if it's not a relationship, is it a career? Is it a job? Is it a business? Is it a friendship? Is it a relationship with your family that perhaps you become so attached to, you think, well, I should stay, I should go to Christmas at their house, but I don't really want to because it never makes me happy. I mean, let's share. That's the way we heal, okay? I love you a lot, and we'll see you next time.